everybody. Welcome back to the Bullhucker Podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Matt Gordon.
The Matt Gordon. We have a guest today.
We do have a guest today. We have an excellent guest
We
today.
have an excellent guest today.
I'm very excited
The
for
king,
this
the
guest.
man, the legend.
The myth, that is Lance Schwindt.
Lance
Oh
Schwindt.
my goodness! Oh my goodness! I may have to walk out now.
He's our high school football coach, our head of rec, and he runs Pettis Park. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it runs me.
It runs you. Before we get started, let's talk. We didn't talk too much about it last episode because, well, you weren't on it. So it's the man with all the knowledge. So tell me a little bit about what's going on out here, man.
You know, we're getting back into our golf season again now that it's we're into March. Weather's getting better, and we've already had 50 some people sign up for their annual memberships, which is pretty incredible for this early in the season. So
Wow.
we usually get between 60 and 65, but it's we're looking good. The restaurant's going well. We got Chris Navarrete is our restaurant manager, and she does an excellent job. And then Carson Henry's our golf general manager, and he's doing great. And we're just looking forward for the nicer weather and to see everybody out here.
Right. And you do a lot of it's a restaurant out here as well.
Oh yeah. There's groups out here all the time. We got you're able to come in here and book parties and all that sort of thing. And then we also do special events, kind of like this tonight. We also have trivia night and we have karaoke and we're hoping to get some sort of comedy show in here sooner than later.
We're working on it. We're definitely working on it. You also have Carolina fries here. Have you ever had those here?
I've never had a Carolina fry. What is a Carolina fry?
It's sweet potato, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I've seen them on the menu. I don't think I've ever had them either. But
Gravy and cheese. No, it's
Yeah.
clog your arteries. It'll take 2 years off your life, but it's worth it.
Nah,
They're good.
Takes the back years off your life. I don't care about those ones. So I'm all about the French fries right now.
Yeah, Lorenda Packard is the one's like, have you ever tried those? And I said no, so I ordered them, and then I cursed her for
right.
for putting those in my mouth because they were. What's up, Lou?
Thank you for increasing Larry's insurance premiums.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Thanks for. Well, I'm going to save money on the home later on. Okay,
That's
'cause
true.
That's 4 years I
Don't got
got
to save as much for retirement if you're going to die early. So there's a
true.
bonus.
That's true. Before we get going with that, welcome to the Bullhucker Podcast. You can find all our stuff on bullhucker.com. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the Bullhucker. It's a little red dot right on the bottom hand corner there. Hit that. Small click for you, but a big click for us. Also, if no matter what you're watching this on or listening to this on iTunes, Stitch, or whatever platform, please leave a rating and review. It helps us out, and Matt will love you forever. Ah, that's nice. That's nice. Also, if you're new to the Bullhucker, what it is a podcast where we bring a guest on. Today's Lance Schwindt. Lance is going to tell us 3 stories about his life. The kicker is only 2 of these stories are true. One is either borrowed, made up, or partially made up. Now, Lance, without going into a lot of detail, real simply, what the one that's the Bullhucker, what is it? Is it made up or borrowed?
It is
Or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both.
I like that, but it makes it tougher because if it's a borrowed story, that means it is a true story. It's just somebody else's story.
Right.
And 2 weeks ago, we were out here with Gina, and she got us both.
She fooled
Yeah,
me.
she was good.
She was good. She had so-
Curse you, Gina.
Damn you, Gina. So anyway, welcome to the Bullhucker Podcast. We have the Matt back. I am proud to say he's no longer undefeated.
It feels good to be like the rest of the plebes who host this podcast.
Shots fired. It's kind of like when an NFL team goes like week 15 still undefeated, right?
Yes.
And you get that right off your plate.
Well, you got to bring up the Panthers on me today too. You got to talk about that. You don't remember that 15-1 and the Donkeys beat us and
Oh, we beat you badly.
gosh,
I
that
remember
hurts.
that.
We beat you badly.
That hits
bud.
me right here, man. I miss you, Cam. You've fallen apart.
Actually, he came back this last season, did pretty well.
Yeah, I went and saw him in Carolina. He ran twice and then was like 20% on all of his passes. It was sad.
Yeah.
It was really sad. I still love you, Cam, though, because I know you watch this podcast, obviously.
If he has that kind of production, welcome to Denver, Cam Newton. They're going to offer him something like, yeah, that's tough. So, also, you are the football coach here in town.
You know, actually, I just resigned a month ago.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I resigned a month ago, so I look to still be helping out in kind of an assistant role, but I got a daughter that's going to be in 9th grade next year, and it's time that I start spending some more time with her. And,
Sure.
And being the head coach just took a lot of time away, so
Absolutely.
So It's somebody else's job now. So
Have they made any decisions on that or not?
not yet. I think they're going to start doing interviews here in the next week or so.
Right. Well, you took them to the state championship this last year.
Yeah, just a few quarters short. So
Yeah,
kids
I mean-
played well. It was a lot of fun.
When I was in high school, we went to 2 that we lost.
Yeah.
In high school. That's tough, man.
It is. It's just
But to go is amazing.
woulda,
That's-
coulda, shoulda. A
Yeah.
lot of times. Yep.
Yeah.
But even get there to be number 2 in the state, that's still,
Yeah.
that says a lot, man.
Amazing
It
ride.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of
There
fun.
are a lot of kids coming back this year, or are they mostly seniors?
You know, we had a big senior group, but we do have we're really strong for the next 6 or 7 years. We
Nice.
got
That's
a lot of
awesome.
classes that are got some pretty good kids in them, and I would look for us to be competing in it for the next 5-6 years. So.
Nice. Very nice.
Go Beat Digger football.
Go
Yeah.
beat diggers. You got to be careful when you say that, though. You
I
don't
said it
say
right.
that. I know. It's funny, when I was in Pueblo, there was a guy named Mike Sinclair. What's up, Mike? Who was a sportscaster on the radio. And he thought it was the coolest thing when he met an actual beat digger. Like, when I lived,
Yeah.
So when Mom came to visit me, she brought him a shirt. And he wore that damn thing all
Oh yeah.
Take a step back. Mike is a large black dude. Like,
Okay.
he's this massive guy. So he went to a track meet or something. I can't remember what it was. And as he walked by the bus, they're all like, who are you? So he kind of stuck out to him. But he thought it was cool with the beat diggers, man. He thought that was the neatest thing.
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah.
You go anywhere, and that's kind of an unusual name, I guess.
Yeah.
It seems like second nature to us, but
Yeah.
it's crazy with every place else you go.
There was a comedian named Deacon Gray who was very gifted. He passed from cancer a couple years ago. We lost Deacon. But he came down to do the show. We always did it Friday in Fort Morgan and Saturday in Sterling. When he came to the Saturday Sterling show, he's like, "You won't believe what I found yesterday. You won't believe what I found." I go, "What'd you find, dude?" He pulls out a beat digger shirt. He's all, "Beat diggers." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Dope.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. He thought that was the neatest thing. He just had never heard that in his life. And there is another beat digger out there.
It's in Utah, isn't it?
Utah, yeah.
That's
No
right. Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got to be newer, though, right?
Yeah, I just remember, God, it was probably 10 years ago where they would have the most unusual names, and they had us and that Utah team
Right.
as one of the top 5 or whatever it is.
We need to do a battle of the Beat Digger Bowl.
Well, I think they're bigger, though. I think they're a pretty big
Who
I do-
size.
cares?
do
Let's
too.
spank
Yeah, I
them
think they
2
are
ways to
bigger.
Sunday.
Right.
I'll put some pads on.
Right.
Let's do it.
In 2000 or something? Were you here in 2000? How
Yeah.
long have you lived here?
That was my first year.
Didn't the Beat Diggers play in, like, Disney?
Yep, my first year. Actually, that was my first year coaching.
What?
And I just gotten married, and Coach Dreitz asked me to be on the staff, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, there's about 12 kids that aren't going to Disney. So you gotta coach." I've never did anything at all. They all went to Disney with the rest of the staff, and then here I am having to coach these kids. I didn't even know. I had just gotten here to brush. So
Wow.
Well, they went to Disney because the other team was a crazy name, too. That's why they played each other, right? Like,
Yeah,
like Mississippi Mudlickers or something. What were they? Do you
Mud-
remember?
I don't remember,
Lakers.
but it was. I just remember that our kids were like going. They had to call timeout every 5 minutes to give us water breaks because we were so not used to the humidity and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Bring them up
bad.
here and they can't breathe. That's
Right,
how it gets some
right.
even series going
Yeah,
on.
no, that's fair. Yeah, because in the South, it's
Yeah, it was miserable for
Well,
them,
Florida sucks.
don't go
especially
to
in
the South.
August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We make fun of people for the weather down here, but
This ain't nothing.
us Colorado boys don't like the South. You
No,
can keep
Right.
it.
no, way too humid.
I was in Oklahoma 2 years ago, and that's not even that south.
No, it's
you know,
not.
but it was still humid as shit.
Yeah.
So you take a shower, you walk outside, you might not as well take the shower. So, all right. Well, we got 3 stories. Mr. Lance, you ready to tell some stories?
I'm ready.
Matt, you want to read them off?
Let's read it. We got Happy Birthday Coach, Mosquito Crash, and the Smithsonian.
All right. Those are some great
I
stuff.
like these names.
All 3.
Am I picking first or you picking first?
I picked first last time.
Okay,
so I think
so-
you should have the pleasure to do that this time.
All right. I am going to go with somewhere I would love to go see the Smithsonian.
Oh, I'm excited. All right, here we go.
All right. Well, this story. There's a lot to this story actually, and so I'll kind of give you a short version. What we do here for the city of Brush, we do a lot of community trips. So those community trips, we hop on a bus and we drive to the location. You know, it's not we don't fly there. We drive there. So anyway, on this particular trip, we drive all the way out to Washington D.C. And first of all, our bus driver I meet him the night before the trip. He is literally 82 years old. He's 82 years old, and it's like 12-hour days where he's driving the bus and everything.
All right.
I mean, right up to the maximum where he has to pull off because of the whole, CDL limits and all that sort of thing.
Wow.
So we get about halfway there, and we start noticing he gets fatigued about 8 hours in. He starts running off the side of the road.
Like you do.
And everything. Yeah, like you do. So people in the back of the bus keep going, hey, Lance, we got to do something. And the guy, he was just cranky. These people are on their vacation, and he wouldn't let us have soda pop on the bus. I mean, it's a miserable, because it takes us 3 days to get out there.
Yikes.
Oh, jeez.
So anyway, we get out there, and finally he runs over 2 islands in the hotel, scratches the bus right there, and so I call the owner of the bus of the bus company. I go, hey, what? In Washington D.C., we're gonna wreck.
Yeah.
I mean,
You hired the driver from Mad Max to take us.
So anyway, long story short, they end up flying out a new driver, and they kind of fired him right there on the spot.
Jeez.
Oh, that sucks.
But that has nothing to do with the whole
You
Smithsonian.
got an 82-year-old man fired, Lance?
Yes, it was. But I got cheered by our bus. I got back on the bus, and the whole bus was cheering for me. So anyway, each day there's 4 or 5 different activities we do. We go see all the monuments. We go see the what's that tomb?
We should really know this.
I know that's
Oh man.
The Egyptian?
the last man.
Oh, God.
The soldier.
The unknown soldier.
The unknown
That's-
soldier.
yeah, yeah.
The unknown soldier.
That's one you can edit out.
Oh
Barry.
yeah, I know. My daughter's going on a school trip here shortly, and I can't believe I didn't remember that. Anyway, so one of the final days before we start heading back to Brush, we go to the Smithsonian, and I don't, the community trips that we take. I would say the average age is 70 to 85. And so our bus driver was the oldest guy that was on the trip.
Yeah.
but.
But they all went to high
But
school
we're
together.
still there's
Yeah,
still
knew
a
each
lot
other.
of there's still a lot of old people.
They met at the sock hop.
So we're going there, and we get to the Smithsonian, and it's kind of like the last day. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm over across the street actually having a beer, and there was an IMAX inside the Smithsonian. And I go, well, I'm going to go watch a movie. It's nice and air conditioned in there because it was really hot. It was in July. So I go watch a movie at the IMAX. And I'm only bringing up that story because it's still not part of the whole story. So the Smithsonian, we go to the IMAX, and I get there, and there's no one there. I'm the first person in the IMAX. And anyway, it's been a long week. I was dead tired. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the IMAX, and there's no one there. The screen's blank and everything. And then next thing I know, I go, I snore. I fell asleep. I snored so loud.
You woke yourself
I
up.
woke myself up, and the whole place is packed. I had slept the entire time through the entire show. And so anyway, get done with the IMAX. We're meeting on the front steps, and everybody is, making sure we're counting everybody. And this one couple goes, "Well, I need to use the restroom." And have you guys ever been to the Smithsonian?
I'd
No.
love to go. I
Never
never
been.
have.
You cannot believe how many people. I mean, you can't even breathe. There's that many people in
I
that thing.
believe it.
It's just jam packed. I mean, and English is probably the last language used.
Wow.
In that
Interesting.
all around the park there in there. So anyway, we're counting everybody up, and this lady goes, "Well, me and my husband are going to use the restroom." I go, "Okay." We go to about 10 minutes later, the lady comes out. She goes, "Well, I don't know where my husband's at." And so I'm like, well, I go, they're going to start shutting down the Smithsonian here in about 15, 20 minutes. Well, I go in there, go to the restroom. I'm like going, Walt, there's a bunch of people in there still. Couldn't find Walt. Come back, check on him, see if he's there. He's not there. So pretty soon they're like 5 minutes and the Smithsonian's closing.
Oh, no.
So I go to the cops, the security cops, and there are these 3 black ladies. 3 black ladies, security cops, and they have got the most lipstick I've ever seen in my life on, which is important later on.
Okay.
So they got all this black lipstick. They go, well, sure, we'll help you. So anyway, they shut the Smithsonian down, and everybody leaves. And there's one security officer, a male, goes, hey, he goes, do you want to? The ladies are calling all the hospitals and everything because all you hear are sirens too. So you don't know.
Yeah.
They go check all the hospitals and everything like that. Do you want to take one last look around here? So I got a tour of the Smithsonian by myself. There wasn't anybody in there. We went through every nook and cranny of that place looking for this missing guy.
Oh, that's cool.
So I had a picture of him somehow, and I'd given it to them. And if you're in Washington, D.C., they have the park police, the state police, and the city police all right there. So 3 jurisdictions are all working. So they got these pictures of this guy all going over, and so I take one last trip around the Smithsonian, and I'm just like, and the wife is like in tears, she's bawling. They finally sent her and the rest of the group back on the hotel, bus to the hotel because there was like a party and everything else supposed to be there that night, and I was like, you're not doing nobody any good here. So I made her go. I go, let me keep looking. I'll do whatever I can. So anyway. I'm about ready to walk out the door and get a taxi and head back to the hotel. This is like 25, 30 minutes later. And a phone call comes, and the guy, when he went to the bathroom, he snuck out he thought he was going through the front door. Mm-hmm. He went out the side door and got disoriented. 2 miles down the road at a McDonald's, there's one of the city police has him, and he's basically just... So as I'm running out the door, those black security guards go, Sugar, come here, Sugar, come here. I had lipstick all over. They were giving me kisses and everything else. He was like so happy that we found the guy. Get into a taxi, drive over. I have to rent a taxi, and we're staying like 70 miles from the place. Jeez. We pick him up there at the McDonald's. And here I am throwing my hands around. Hopefully that doesn't bother the camera or anything like that. Huh?
You're okay.
All good.
And so anyway, we pick him up, and he goes, I knew you'd be coming this way. That's what he says. All these people are looking for him. So when we get there, they were having like a celebration and all that. Well, when the group found out that we were coming, we walked through the door, and it was just like a huge party. The music comes out, everybody's hugging this old guy and stuff. And anyway, long story short, we found him. We got him taken back, and things were good from that point on. But the wife never let him out of his sight.
I imagine.
Never let him out of his sight.
Like got one of those leash backpacks they give to kids nowadays to make sure he's not getting too far away.
Yeah. It was just like that. Poor guy.
I was hoping the story would end with he was found by the 82-year-old bus driver.
Job. Connects back in.
See how about so bad. We're going to pause for a second and be quiet real quick.
Oh, we're picking up AC.
Want me to shut it off?
No, that's cool. I just need to be able to isolate it and so I can cut it out later.
Oh, okay.
So, we'll go back. Okay, so no, that's a great story, Lance. That's that's scary though, because Washington D.C. is not it's not a great place to be.
Yeah.
Walt was an old man, yes.
Walt was an old man, and in fact, he was such a all the way up there. I talked to him. He was just a really good guy. He just had a big long history and stuff, but just got disoriented.
Walked 2 miles,
dude. Easy to do though.
Well, the smell of McDonald's coffee is luring you in their direction.
Right.
That's where you're gonna go.
Is it? I've never been to Washington D.C. Is the Smithsonian in a rough part?
No, it's the national park really, and the Smithsonian. It has the Holocaust Museum, all the museums there.
Oh yeah,
it's just this huge area of history, basically is what it is.
I'd love to go. That's one place I do want to go before I die. Is the Smithsonian.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
They say like 80% of their stuff is in storage though. They have so much. Yeah, they have.
I think it's like
Wow.
several stories deep.
Yeah.
Where they have everything.
They have so many. What's the word I'm looking for?
Vaults?
Attractions.
Oh, yeah,
Or
yeah.
whatever. Not attractions. What's
So I was thinking like Nicolas Cage and National Treasure.
Oh yeah, no, it's they got so much stuff there that they can't possibly put it all out. So
Why not make like a Smithsonian 2
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
or a pop-up Smithsonian?
It'd be cool as shit to go though, man.
It's pretty neat.
It would be cool.
Bullhucker live from the Smithsonian.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how big we'll get.
We can make that happen.
It was fun.
Then we'll lose Matt
Lose me. Why did we lose me?
because he's gonna watch me because that's. I got the keys to the car.
Hey, I'm not arguing with that.
Well, what do you think about that story, Matt?
I think Lance just lied to us straight through his teeth that whole time.
Yeah,
No, I actually have no idea. I think it's an excellent story.
it's a great story.
I make myself laugh because I don't think anybody really says it. Like, what do you think about this? Oh, it's a good story, whatever. No, I think that story was garbage. Everything about it was a waste of time. Like, who would say that?
Some people have actually, when I've asked them, go,
Like, they're not sure about
they're
if it's true or
hesitating.
not.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I think that one's true. I got a good feeling about that one. Yeah, I can believe an old guy got lost at a museum.
Oh, yeah.
I just wish he would have stayed inside of it because then it would have been a good movie.
Yeah. No, I mean, to be in a
Night at the museum.
in a strange city you've never been to, though,
Right.
it'd be super easy to get disoriented. And it's
Yeah.
at night, I'm sure, right? You said?
Oh yeah.
So-
And most of these people, some of them, 5,000 population here. They don't think they've ever been to a city quite that big.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
good point.
Right.
Before the era of GPS?
About-
No,
No?
not before the era. No, because I had to use GPS to help the bus driver get to Washington.
Oh, I
DC.
see. Okay.
I seriously had to sit next to the bus driver and tell him where to go all the way to
Wow.
there.
Left turn in 200 feet.
And in Iowa, he tripped and hurt his shoulder, so then he did the rest of the trip with one arm.
This is a very dedicated driver.
Yeah,
I mean,
he did not like a lot of people. He was a cranky guy.
He's trying to ask for a ride home. That's the awkward part.
Yeah, seriously.
He sits in the back and.
and getting fired at the destination instead of where you started means you have to figure out how to get home
Well,
after the fact.
Right.
And
Yikes.
And the thing was, he wouldn't give us the bus keys. He wouldn't give us the bus keys.
Because he knows you'll leave him.
So, because he was so mad, so we had to hire. So until that company could get someone to open the
Yeah.
bus, we had to hire independent bus company to drive us around one day.
Wow.
He was that mad at me.
It was like, do you remember back in the day, years and years ago, when the big tuna coached the Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys?
Yes.
What was it? The Cortez was the kicker who missed that
Oh,
kick
yeah.
in Green Bay, and all the
I
Parcells?
remember, yes.
Yeah, he just fired him on the spot and find your own ride home.
Find your own
How
ride.
shitty is that,
That's
man?
funny.
Yeah. So I was thinking of that poor old man. Because he probably lives in like Fort Collins.
Yeah.
All right,
Dang.
Matt. I picked that one, so pick one up, buddy.
Oh, well, the one that immediately caught my attention, and this is also a great name for a band, I think, a Mosquito Crash.
Yeah.
Okay. I was 15 years old. I was 15 years old. My brother was 19. And anyway, he was in college. He was at Mesa State. And he worked for the city of Fort Morgan. And anyway, as a seasonal in the city of Fort Morgan at that time, because they didn't care what you sprayed, you didn't volunteer, you got paid, but to spray mosquitoes in the night, and at that point you didn't spray them like at dusk. You woke up like at 1 o'clock in the morning. You sprayed until like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then that's how it went.
Right.
Well, I had my permit at the time, and my brother Darren. Have you ever that what is that? Is that Tom Sawyer? The whitewashing the fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make it sound really like a really cool deal.
Yes.
Well, I had my permit at the time, so what he would do, he would go check in, and then he'd come by the house and tell me how great it is, and I would drive because it was dark out and everything, and he would sit in the passenger seat and just sleep while I did all I sprayed, because I thought, hey, this is kind of 15, I'm spraying the mosquitoes.
Genius.
Right.
And he goes, now if there's a cop or anything else, always turn the other way, or do whatever you can, because you went down out. You could do half the town in one night, and then you do the other half the other night.
Okay.
Right.
So anyway, and I was doing it, and I got pretty good. He would end up, he would go get donuts first from like 7-Eleven or something like that, bring them. So, whatever it was to make me happy, he would just sleep. I'd be in and I would be in my pajamas still. I'd have a shirt on, my pajamas, probably flip-flops. And so I was driving them. Well, one night I'm driving, and this one alley over there by, gosh, I'm trying to think. You know where Pioneer School is in Fort Morgan now? Right. Pioneer School, the alleys are really narrow, and there's a lot of stuff in there. Well, I live over by Columbine School. That's where we grew up, by Columbine. So I'm driving, and I'm just in my pajamas, t-shirt, and flip-flops. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm driving the mosquito truck, and I get too close to this trash can, and I bend the front of the pickup so bad that the wheel won't move no more. Oh no! So we're stuck here, and it's just like. So the rest of the night, I'm like, okay. I go, Darren, how am I going to get home? He goes, well, we got to call somebody, but there's no way I can let you here. He goes, you run home, and just get there somehow. Whatever you have to do. So
in my pajamas,
flip-flops, and my flip-flops, clear across town. 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm running through yards and everything else, hiding out. And sure enough, he called, and he ended up, getting in trouble pretty bad for the damage to the pickup and everything else. But he took the blame, and
he has to.
Yeah, that was
I tell you, I'm paying my little brother donuts to do
exactly. Yeah. So that was something that was always kept between me and him, and he didn't get fired, so that was a good thing.
Nice, nicely done.
I like donuts is the perfect trick. I mean, that's no, I'm not going to give you a portion of my pay. I'm not going to hook you up with maybe a flat fee. I'm going to bring you grub to eat in the morning.
Never got a dime for it, and I did it for the majority of the summer. It was towards the end of the summer. It was towards the end of the summer where I finally had the crash and everything, and I had no business. Anybody who drives with me knows I shouldn't be driving anyway.
I mean, plus Darren was doing him a favor, right? Right. This is so much fun.
Hey, you're learning too.
Yeah.
Just in case, valuable skills.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I love that.
Yeah, I like
that. So I went to work so after when I turned 18, I went to work for I never volunteered to do the mosquito spraying.
Hell no.
At that point.
Not after that.
My God, that'd be a horrible job anyway, man.
Yeah, just hours. Maybe listen to some podcasts.
Yeah.
It'd be a good time. Maybe
Bullhucker.
learn a language.
Yeah. That's funny, man. That's funny. I like it. I can just see Lance running in his pajamas. Georgia Jetson pajamas,
Well, and it's the flip flops, and I don't mean to get too deep into this because there's so many types of flip flops. Like, did you have the?
It was like the one the $3 pair you buy when you're going through like the Jackson Lake or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I was picturing.
Prison
snap.
Prison shower.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
That rubber was definitely burnt up by the time you got home.
Well, what did you think about that one?
I think that one is also a lie.
You think he's fibbing on that one too?
I think they're all lies. No, I think that one. I feel more closely to lie than the previous story. That one felt borrowed, like maybe someone else. That happened to someone else.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think I'm kind of with you on that one.
You kind of getting that feeling?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Out of the first two, that's the one I'm leaning towards more. But
yeah, Smithsonian is so. And Lance, you're good about this. You carpet bombed us with a bunch of details from other stories that got my brain just going in a bunch of different directions.
The whole story was.
Okay.
I love it.
We got one more, my man. Happy birthday, Coach.
All right. This is I'm a junior in high school. Okay. So junior in high school, I played again Fort Morgan, and the senior class, we're all pretty good friends with them and everything like that. We're not a bad basketball team, but we were in a really tough conference. I mean, there was like Sterling, Thompson Valley, Longmont, Loveland, Greeley West. It was a rough season. We had only won like about 3 games or whatever. and our coach's birthday was coming up. Well, and we were kind of like we kind of had it wasn't a dicey relationship, but when you're losing a lot, it's just pretty tense and everything.
Of course.
So we called his wife, and we go, hey, I go, it's his birthday. Oh, I didn't say it. It was a senior. He says, hey, it's his birthday. Would you care if we threw a party? And we want to bring a special guest and everything to his party. So we agreed. An assistant coach agreed to host it at their house. So anyway, we're at the assistant coach's house, and we're having cake and ice cream, and we were ordering Domino's pizza. So about that time, there's a ring on the door, and all of us were like going, the pizza's here, the pizza's here, the pizza's here, and in comes, we had ordered an exotic dancer from Hard Knocks. for our high school basketball coach. So she's decked out in a Domino's pizza outfit, and she has a jukebox. Presses the button,
As you do.
and then all of a sudden, I mean, it's like it's on, and like so there's sophomores and juniors. And now, granted, this was back in the early '90s, so I mean, never happened, nowadays. But,
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and we had called his wife to begin with, and so she knew what was happening, and she thought it was funny and everything. But
Awesome wife.
he turns beet red. And she does like 3 or 4 songs. Well, anyway, the rest of us, because we all have Coca-Cola. I mean, it ain't like a regular,
Right.
we have Coca-Cola and water and Sprite, and everything like that.
Gatorade.
So we're sitting there,
Popping
and
bottles.
we have one guy, this one senior, who was a great football player, and he had been recruited by like Texas, Notre Dame, all this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, so he's been to those places on his recruiting trips.
I see.
So he led the way. He jumped down on the floor and had like dollar bills and everything else, and here she comes, and she's taking the dollar bills. Our coach is he is so mad. He is so mad. He's like burning up red. Well, long story short, she does about 4 songs, and then she, I mean, I bet you she probably made $15 because heck, we don't have no money.
Yeah.
Other than whatever
High school
everybody
kids.
else paid her, and. So we get done, we finish the party, and I swear to God, every game we lost from that point forward, he blamed it on her, and her name was Rio. Her name was Rio. He blamed it on Rio every single time. And then a good buddy of mine got a dog like the next week, and they named the dog Rio.
Yes.
And I swear to God,
Of course.
every time I go to his house, there it is. There's that Rio.
Right.
Who just remembered the whole story. So
That's funny.
that's my happy birthday coach story.
If that happened nowadays,
Okay.
Oh, it would be national news.
Well, I
Posted all over Twitter.
I was too young to know, but I would imagine somebody got talked to.
oh yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
It was
back
a
then.
different time.
What year did you graduate, Lance?
91.
No, see, I'm 94, so that's
Yeah.
It was back in the day. It was,
Back in the
it was
day.
different.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
see.
Yeah. That was your first stripper,
Yeah.
Matt. What was your first stripper?
I've never had one.
You never seen?
I've
strippers?
never been to strip clubs. I've never done any of that.
Well, I guess what time you gotta be home, Lance?
Tonight's the night. We can find out if Rio's still dancing. That might be an
I tell you.
experience.
I don't think that's in our best
Might
interest.
be a little slower than usual.
He just
but
told you 91, man. 91. So that's probably
we get a discount. I like saving money.
yeah. That's true.
She was a really nice girl.
The first time I went to one was at the Aerosmith concert.
They had a strip
94.
club at the Aerosmith concert?
No,
Oh, okay.
no,
I was like,
but
that's
we
cool.
were. Aerosmith played. Everybody was getting high. I've never been that guy, but secondhand smoke.
Yeah.
I'm hungry, and we're done. I'm hungry, and I had a buddy who got his girlfriend pregnant right out of high school, man. So she's still pregnant, but she tells him, "Go to the concert. You had the tickets. Go be with your friends."
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Right, and he's working 2 jobs. He's busting his ass. And after the concert, I'm like, "You need to stop somewhere and get some grub, man." He's like, "Let's go to Saturdays."
Oh, man.
I think it's a restaurant. I don't shit. It sounds like
Right.
a restaurant, right? So I'm like, let's go, man, because I'm a little high. And I didn't smoke anything, but I'm a little high. And we walk into Saturday. You ever been to Saturdays?
Yeah.
It's
Many moons ago.
yeah, it's the birthplace of tennis. Anyway,
Tennis. So I've been to TGI Fridays.
Oh no, it's not the same thing. This one. Anyway, it's so I walk in and I'm just like, I'm 18 at this point and I'm just like, oh my, is this legal? Can we be here? And man, it was an experience, man. And we ended up going back all summer long. That was just
Saturdays.
yeah, Saturdays. It was on Colfax, man.
Interesting.
That's
Is it there still?
no, man, no. We had when I went back to the CDL, get my CDL reinstated, we had to go down Colfax and I was driving down the truck and they drove by and it's all boarded up and I'm like, oh
Man,
oh.
I'm not gonna be able to see Rio again.
Oh my God! There was a stripper named Tony there. I think I was paying her rent for a while with my little Wendy's check. It was not good, so we get paid nothing.
For every spicy chicken I sell.
Yeah, but it was Saturdays is probably the roughest one in Denver. I'd say. It
was a little.
It was not a good part of town. It's the first time I saw a hooker was on the trip there.
Colfax.
Crack
Yeah.
war,
Yeah.
all that stuff was the
Yeah.
first time I saw any of that stuff in Denver.
All right.
And back then, it was before Coors Field was there, so
Right.
I mean, it was that area was rough.
Yeah, it
rough.
was
I
different.
mean,
Right, and Colfax is even further. It's like
Oh, yeah,
5
further,
miles.
that's
It's
right.
5 miles
That's
down.
true.
Yeah, it's like the Diamond Cabaret from my podcast story. That's a nice place. But you've never been to a strip club, huh?
In the weirdest way, I just don't get it. It's not like it's not for me. I guess I've never been, but I never really was like, man, you know what I'm really looking to do tonight?
Well,
Like,
we're gonna take you one of these days.
I've never hired one for your coach.
now that I know it's a possibility, I'm gonna consider it going forward.
My God, if that happened nowadays, I could just. Could you
gosh.
imagine the outrage? Soccer moms would be all over you, man. It would be.
Yeah.
They'd be calling for your head,
I think
man.
it maybe depends on where it is.
You think so?
Yeah. I think.
His wife could not stop laughing. I mean, she was.
See, people with good
'Cause-
sense of humor exist.
Back in the '90s. Do you think that would happen in Brush, Colorado? Do you think that would be?
Do I think that would fly here?
Yeah.
If they got a stripper for Lance?
No. Well, okay. We'll say yes, but no.
I don't know. I wouldn't say immediately no,
I would laugh personally. I think that'd be fantastic.
because I don't have a
But-
problem with it. Do whatever you want. I don't know who would be outraged, like the parents of the kids.
Have you not lived on this planet?
I
in
don't
about
have
5
kids,
years?
man. I have a cat, so I wouldn't be outraged about anything with kids.
I mean, they get outraged. People get outraged for the smallest things now, man. It's
Everything has kind of changed.
yeah, it's not as fun anymore.
Yeah, when you guys said you graduated in like 91 and 94,
94.
I was born in 90.
I
so
know. I
so-
know.
Oh man.
We just did the Leslie Paxton podcast.
Yeah.
She hasn't. Anyway, I said I was graduated in '94. She's like, "That's the year I was born." I was like, "Oh, jeez."
Yeah. No,
That's,
it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think about that one?
I mean, I love a good stripper story.
Yeah.
I can never say no to that.
Right.
That one's, I mean, they're all great. I got to say, that's probably my favorite one out of the three today,
Okay.
regardless of if it's a lie or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it too. It was good. So, do you have one in mind?
I do.
Me too.
Yeah.
I have one in mind.
Yeah.
I barely
Yeah.
have. It's down to two, but I'm leaning towards one pretty hard. So, all right, Lance, when you rock paper scissors, how do you do it? Boom. He's a three
1,
pumper.
2, boom.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you.
At track and field, we also go 1, 2, go, because that makes perfect sense.
Ready, set, go.
No, you have a countdown. All right, I'm not gonna fight it.
When you race, when they're calling a race,
I didn't race track and field, so I'm pulling it out of
but
my
you've
ass.
seen a race, right? You've
Why
been
would I
around.
played
one.
tuba. I didn't show up to any of that.
Ready, set, go. Down, set, hut. Come on, dude.
Right.
No, they don't even say that. They say like Omaha in Ohio nowadays.
When you're first learning the sport, we're doing three, right?
Yeah, but pump, go.
Ready? Damn it! Yeah, you're killing me today. All right.
So I think I'm winning because I'm not going to get this right either. I'm going to
I-
be 2 and 2 today.
All right. So we had three stories. We have Happy Birthday Coach, Mosquito Crash, and the Smithsonian. So I think the Smithsonian is true.
Okay.
That's a very true story.
That's Ralph Fernandez. You know what? Since we got a
Now
peanut,
we know.
we got a peanut gallery. Ralph, did you listen to all the stories?
Oh, wow, so that one.
Ralph, if you had to guess, which one would you guess?
No.
You want to guess? Okay, well, I'm going to give my guess. Matt's going to give you a guess, and we're going to ask you to guess, too. All right. That's Ralph Hernandez, everybody.
Well, he said it was right.
If you don't know who Ralph Hernandez is, well, it's not surprising. He's a nobody. So
That's my name.
I love Ralphie. All right. Anyway, the Smithsonian, I think, is true.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Coach. I mean, I'm leaning towards that not being true, but I believe more in the other story. And partly I want that story to be true. I want that to be a true story.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I agree with that.
With the happy birthday, Coach. So I'm going to go with mosquito crash. Although that is pretty believable, an older brother would screw you like that, you know. So you told all three very well, Lance. I'll give you that.
Yes.
So it's tough to pick one.
I agree with that.
If I had to pick one, I'm going to go with mosquito crash.
This is hard. This is a hard one because I'm not entirely sure which one is the lie in any conceivable fashion. I agree with you. I think the Smithsonian's true. I'm glad Ralph confirmed it. And then secondarily, the mosquito crash story. I was trying to figure out, and I was thinking back to when I was interning with the city, how much you love donuts, and I don't know if I can say for sure if his love for donuts was that high that he would go work and drive around for somebody else.
Who doesn't love donuts?
I don't know, but you analyze a person, you try and come up with a reason why they're lying. I'm thinking back, I don't remember him coming out of the woodwork when the donuts showed up, and so with that,
You just have to look at me.
No, see, I'm the donut guy then. I'm going to say happy birthday, Coach is a lie, even though I agree with Larry. I want that to be so true. I want it to be true so bad.
There's always a story that people tell. That
It's so good.
And I'm always wrong with it, because I want it to be true in the worst way.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
Josh Finley. What's up, Josh? Had the first one, like episode 4, whatever. He told a story about his little drug diorama when he took his dad was into drugs, and he put him in a little thing for school, and that's what his display was. And the teacher said, "That's nice, Josh. We're gonna have to call Dad. Come get his 8-ball." So,
Oh, man.
all right. So you're taking happy birthday, Coach.
I'm saying happy birthday, Coach
I'm
is the
taking
lie.
mosquito crash, Lance.
Here
Whip
we
it out,
go.
buddy.
Here we go.
Mosquito crash. You're 0-2 today, baby. That's good.
It's been a rough week. It's been a rough weekend, and it just got destroyed there. So now I have to go home a loser. Ugh, so frustrating.
So mosquito crash is the Bullhucker. Happy birthday, Coach. Did happen.
I'm
then.
glad.
it
That's
did.
true.
It did. It was quite the evening, quite the birthday party.
You can tell me after the podcast, I guess. Who was the senior that was a stud? If I remember him.
Kick call.
Oh yeah. Didn't he go to Iowa?
Yeah, well, he went to CU.
Oh, okay.
And then he transferred to Iowa.
Okay.
After his first year at CU.
Right.
Yeah.
Because growing up, there was a couple of them, man. Kent Call was older than me. There was one that was my age. God, I can't remember his name. He was a running back. God, he was a stud too.
My buddy that had the dog was Marshall Unrein.
Okay. Dr. Unrein.
Dr. Unrein.
Oh,
Well, no respect. Later, Ralphie.
Shut the cameras off. See you guys.
good one, man.
And the Smithsonian is true.
I'm so glad that's true as
Yeah.
well. Those are two excellent
That's a true
stories.
story, man.
But we need to know what about mosquito crash was a lie? Was it the entire thing?
Yeah,
You made it all up.
I made it all up.
Your
He
brother-
tried to talk me into doing it.
Yeah.
And I never did. The one thing, and then he was really tired one night, and he pulled the mosquito truck out of the shop, and he went right through the garage door. So he got in trouble for that. I put those that together
Right.
and stuff.
Before we go, Lance, I want to talk a little bit about the club out here. What does it take to be a membership? All that stuff. Do you have those?
You know, yeah, we have all different prices. We have special prices for seniors, also for students, and then adults, women's, and couples, and families, and all that sort of thing. So you want to get with Carson Henry at 842-5470, and he can kind of go through all those options and stuff like that. Come on out here, you know, if you guys want to, if people want to play a couple rounds or hit a few range balls, decide if it's for them, and then make a decision on a membership. We're more than happy to let you do that. But it's a great atmosphere. It's a great place for the community to come and meet, and I just hopefully we see everybody come out.
Every time I come out here, it's so chill and kick back. You know what I mean? It's just a.
I agree.
Like there's a bunch of old guys playing. What were they playing?
They were playing Booski, yeah. It's the same. Well, you just saw one of them leave.
Yeah,
The same four guys are out here. They play Booski on Sundays, and
Booski.
and it's just a card game.
Oh, cool.
Kind of like pitch and everything. Okay. So, but yeah, people come out and play cards. They just kind of hang out. It's just kind of a social gathering place and a lot of fun. So.
And the other restaurant out here. What are the hours for the restaurant?
They're out. We're Tuesday through Sunday, and Tuesday through Saturday we're open 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays we'll stay open until 9 or 10 if there's people out here.
Cool.
And then on Sunday we're open from 11 to 6.
Any big plans on the way here?
Oh yes, we have a lot of plans. We're going to redo the restrooms here. We're also putting in a pizza oven.
Awesome.
And so we'll have pizza for sale here plus delivery. And we're going to do some upgrades inside the facility here, some new tables and chairs.
Great.
And maybe put the back room, have some new TVs and tables and chairs there. So kind of a small area here so we can expand it out a little
Right.
bit. Yeah.
This place has been so upgraded in the past 5 years, though. You guys have done an awesome job out here.
Yeah. Well, one thing I'd like to, the city's done a great job with it, but would not be possible at all without the Jack Pettis Foundation or the Jocelyn Foundation, and that's all administered by the Farmer State Bank here in Brush.
What's up, Foundation? Thank you.
Yes.
Shout out.
But they do a lot of everything in town, though, too. There's
Oh,
not
they
just this
do.
place
I mean,
there.
hospital, library, Ebenezer. You look at it, they've got their fingerprints on it. And
Yeah.
we're very, very lucky to have them.
That's awesome, man. So please make sure you show them some love. Farmer State Bank, you said, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, make
yep.
sure you show them some love, too, because they are huge in our community.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I think the pizza oven thing's going to go over like hotcakes, man.
Delivery. All I had to hear was delivery.
Yeah.
Yep.
How much can I pay you to get you guys to go to Hill Rose? Because I live out in Hill Rose, but I will pay.
I tell you what, I'll talk to Chris.
That's what I'm talking
We might do
about.
a special one there.
I like the sound of that.
Right.
Back in the day when you ordered from like pizza, remember if you lived out in the country, they'd have to meet you somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
yeah.
They do that.
They'd meet you halfway.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sick.
They wouldn't drive their asses out in the middle
Right.
of nowhere, you know.
Yeah, but at least you still get a pizza.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, but before we go, one more time for the Bullhucker podcast, it's bullhucker.com. You can check out all our stuff on that. If you'd like to subscribe to the podcast, that'd be awesome. It's a little red button, a little round circle on the right bottom hand corner. Click that. It's a little click for you, but a big click for us. Also, no matter what you listen to us on, whatever platform it's on, leave a rating and review, all right? And subscribe and follow the podcast. We really do appreciate it. We're doing our best to, we're moving around town. We're moving around Morgan County. Obviously, we're here at the golf course. Before we've done the Gladiator Boxing Gym in Fort Morgan. We did Rebel Girl in Fort Morgan. We've done the Moose Lodge recently, and
Nice.
we're going to do the Brush Arts Center, I believe, next. So,
Exciting.
yeah, it is exciting. It's kind of fun to get around and then check it out, man. Behind Lance, they got a nice bar here. They got all kinds of cool stuff here, man. It's a very chill place to come hang out. So, it's really a great place to be, man.
Absolutely.
And I really appreciate it. Lance, if someone's going to check it out, is our website or our Facebook page? What's the better way to find out?
God, let me take a drink here. Sorry.
You're good.
PettisParkGolf.com you'll get all the information about the restaurant, the golf course itself, and anything else you might want to know.
And if you want to find that, you can find it on the description. The bullhucker.com will be in the description. Right below it'll be that website, so you can click on there and from anywhere, from the YouTube, it'll have it on the website. If you go to bullhucker.com, they have a link that says "As Seen on the Bullhucker." That'll be towards the top, so just click on that. It'll take you right to that website. You can check this out, man. So, because I think sometimes people forget you're out here.
Yeah,
For,
yeah.
like, the
Still,
restaurant,
even
yeah.
now we've been running it now for 7 years, and you know, if you're not out this way, you just kind of forget.
Right.
It's a great place to have lunch. Great place to have drinks out after 5 o'clock, and I just there's a lot to show out here, so hopefully people come out.
And get the turkey bacon guacamole sandwich. Oh,
Yes.
That sounds delicious.
Oh, it's changed your life, man. So, anyway, Lance, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you guys.
I'm Moose Lundstrom.
Matt Gordon.
Catch you next week. Thanks. Bye.